First, I'm going to talk about Thomas Dorsey, who is known as the father of gospel music, but actually he began his career as a blues musician and was a blues musician for a number of years. He was the pianist for the famous blueswoman Ma Rainey and recorded with her in the 1920s, and he plays with her on her Paramount recordings that were made in Chicago and Wisconsin. Later on in Chicago, he recorded as Georgia Tom with a guitarist named Tampa Red. And they pretty much invented a genre called hokum, which was extremely bawdy and very off-color and extremely popular. And their biggest hit was a song called It's Tight Like That, which I will let you figure out the meaning of. In Dorsey's life, there was always a tension between the church and the blues. And the tension, he wrote gospel songs for several years before he changed completely to gospel, which was pretty much after his first wife's death. That was when the church gradually won for him. At that point, he became Chicago's first black gospel music publisher. He taught his gospel songs through the National Baptist Convention, which was a wonderful way to get publicity and also to make sure that the music got disseminated throughout the country, because the National Baptists are a primary African-American denomination. And then he also, with Sally Martin, another Chicago publisher and gospel musician, founded the National Convention of Gospel Choirs and Choruses, which also then meets on its own and perpetuates the general pedagogy of gospel, which is interesting because the performance practice is largely oral and transmitted orally. I've got here an example of a song sheet. And there actually aren't that many of these that survived because, as you can see, it had some rough handling. This is the way the music would be in the church. This is what a choir member would get. And it was inexpensive. You can see the ad down at the bottom here for Dorsey songs, the song sheets at 10 cents a piece. And then the song is up here. And it's very, very simple musically. It's just basically a treble harmonized line and a bass line. Gospel music is usually in only 3 parts, not 4. And there's no indication on this of the actual performance that goes on as part of this. The recording that we suggested that WFMT play is one of Dorsey's few gospel recordings. It's his own composition called If I Could Hear My Mother Pray Again. It was recorded in 1934, which is fairly late in his recording career. And the recording shows why Dorsey was both brilliant and controversial, because it shows the way he combined a blues style, a blues piano style, with church hymns to create this new, more swinging gospel style. And that's why he's the father of gospel music. By 1931, throughout Chicago, this style had caught on in the churches after much controversy. And the churches themselves began to have gospel choirs, and that was when they set up the conventions of gospel choirs and choruses and spread the music that way. Dorsey was the music director at Pilgrim Baptist Church in Chicago for many, many years. He lived a long life from 1899 to 1993. But unfortunately, his piano and all of his sheet music and some other historical materials burned in the fire of 2006. So what we have of Dorsey's is mainly the published sheet music and small archival collections here and there.